Oh, good morning everyone. It is now crab season here in the Bay Area, and that's exactly where we're going to try to catch today. We're going to try to catch some Dungeness crab. The crab season opened a few days ago, but the first couple days were like really bad swells. So probably some boats got out here. Actually, I'm sure some boats came out here and tried to do it, but I think it was too rough for kayaks, at least in my area. So wait a few days. It's now like the fourth day of the season, I think, and as you can tell, nice and calm, perfect for the kayak. So we're getting out here. I'm pedaling out to my little spot where I like to do my crabbing, and we're gonna drop them in. And then while those pots soak, I'm probably gonna leave them in for a few hours, maybe like 4 or 5 hours, let all those crabs crawl in there. And while that happens, I'm gonna try to go out and do some fishing, see if we can catch some maybe lingcod, rockfish. But anyways, like I said, we're just paddling out now. I'll show you what we're using, the bait and all that stuff once we get out there, but first things first, we gotta get there. I do see quite a few boats out today and kayaks. I think everyone was kind of itching at the bit to get out on the opener, even though it was super rough, so it probably held some people back. So now that it's calmed down, I'm sure there's gonna be quite a bit of traffic out here, so hopefully we can get some crabs before they all get caught by everyone else. All right, so if you remember from my last video, got some bonito down south. So I saved the carcass as the head and the body, you know, all the part that we get, or all the part that's left after we get the fillet, and that's what I'm gonna be throwing in. So all I'm looking for is like a flat sandy area. This looks pretty good right here. I'm trying to avoid any rocks because we're looking for Dungeness crab, and there's two kind of crab here in the Bay Area. There's rock crab and there's Dungeness crab, and both taste really good, but personally I like the Dungeness better. Some people like the rock crab better. Dungeness definitely have more meat. Some people say that the rock crab are sweeter, so personal preference, but personally I like the Dungeness better. So anyways, let's get this going here. Drop that in. So I'm using lead core rope. Basically what that does is when the buoy sits in the water, the rope will sink down. It doesn't float on the surface of the water. If you were using a regular rope, it would float on the surface of the water. And that doesn't really matter for crabbing, but for other boats who are coming around or other kayakers, that could potentially get stuck up in their motor or prop, and nobody wants that. It's no fun for you, it's no fun for the boater, because you could potentially lose your pot and they could potentially mess up their motor and everything. So it's best to use lead core rope. I think in some other states they require it. Here in California it's not required, but like I said, best practice is to use it. So if you have a choice, I know this is a little more expensive, so if you really don't want to spend that much, if you want to go really cheap on it, you could just put like 10 feet or maybe 20 feet, like 20 feet of lead core rope, and then the rest regular rope, because you just need that top portion to sink below the surface. Got a few knots here, gotta take out. But anyways, that's our first pot. We're gonna go drop our other two. I got 3 pots today, so I'm gonna drop the other 2 in, and then we'll go fishing. Pot number 2. Another option I was thinking of, if you want to go with the lead core rope, is you have regular rope. You can also zip tie a few weights to your, like a 1 ounce. It doesn't need to be super heavy. Just a little bit of weight to your rope, then that will also bring it below the surface. All right, that's number 2. 1 more. All right, we're about to drop our 3rd pot here, and you want to get a good distance away from your other pots and other people's pots, because the closer you are together, the more you're stealing crab. Not stealing, but just limiting the amount of crab or the amount of area that you can pull crab from. So I'm about maybe 100 yards from my last pot. Probably a good distance. We'll go a little further. It's pretty open here today, so I don't need to worry about at least for now. Not too much competition out here. But yeah, you still want to get a good distance away from your other pots. All right, everything looks good. All right, so now we're fishing with our 3 pots. They're all soaking right now. Like I said, I'm gonna leave him here for about, let's see, it's 9:30 right now. I'll come pick him up at like 1:30. So we'll give him a 4-hour soak. And at that time, we're gonna see what kind of fish we can catch. I'm gonna go first throw on a little swim bait here. All right, we made it out to the fishing grounds. I know the lighting's not great, but this is what we're gonna start with. A little swim bait here. It's green on the top, kind of like a cloudy white in the middle with glitter, and then red on the bottom. And a lot of people ask me what colors I like for swim bait, and I always tell them I like green, white, and red. Any combination of those. And this one has all 3, so I'm hopeful that we can catch something in this. I'm gonna give it, fish it around for maybe an hour or so. And if not, then I'll pull out some more stops and try some other stuff. But first we're gonna see if we can get one on the swim. I don't think I've caught a swim bait LINGCOD yet this year, so we'll see if I can get my first one today. All right guys, well, the swim bait action didn't work for me, so now I'm gonna do what I'm good at, and that's this live bait setup. So I jigged up a few smelt. I'm gonna put some in my pots later as well, so I got plenty for bait for LINGCOD and for crab. So I'm just gonna drop this down to the bottom. If you see my channel, done this many times. Just a live bait setup with a sliding sinker here. I'm using a 5-ounce sinker here. Just depends on how deep you're fishing, how strong the current is, how fast the drift is. 5 seems to be a good like middle ground. It's pretty calm today, so I go anywhere from like 4. I mean, you can go up to like a full pound, 16 if you're fishing really deep and the current's pushing you really fast. But we're gonna start with 5. Drop my smelt down to the bottom, just pulling back up to the rock here, and we'll see. Maybe LINGCOD, possibly halibut could be here too. You never know. So we'll drop down and see what happens. Oh, there's a bite. Oh, no. Can you let it go? Oh, no, there he goes. Got him. Yep, we got him. Yep, he's on there. Yeah, we got him. Got him. Well, that's not a bad one. Oh, here he goes, here he goes. There he goes. Look at that. There he goes. Splashed everything. Camera. That camera. So this is what I tell people when I'm fishing. You gotta have confidence in whatever you're using, whether it's a swim bait, whether it's live bait, whether it's a lure. You gotta have confidence in it, and that makes, I don't know, it just makes so much of a difference. There we go. There we go. Here's a solid one. All right, solid little fish right there. It's probably about a 25-inch LINGCOD, something like that. Here, we'll measure him just to be sure here. All right, just to be sure. 20, wow, look at that, right on the dot. 25, maybe a little bit longer, 25 and a half inch off. Pretty good though. 25 and a half inch lingcod, first fish of the day. Like I said, you gotta have confidence in what you're throwing, and once you have confidence, for some reason it makes that much of a difference. But not a bad one, good eater. Throw them in the box. All right guys, bait number 2. Drop them down, see what happens. There you go. There's a good one. There's a fish. Feels like a smaller one. Yeah, little guy. All right. Quick release here. Quick unhooking. All right, another little guy. This is just a small one. Future 20 pounder. We'll get him back quickly. Oh. All right, guys. Couldn't get my second lingcod. Man, it was tough. I got that one like right away once I switched over to live bait, and then I had a couple other bites, but nothing that would get hooked other than that one little one that I got. But anyways, the real excitement from this trip is to get the crab. So we're gonna go pedal over to our crab pots and start picking them up, and hopefully we got some fresh crab in there to go with our lingcod. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our pots. We'll give an update. So my buddy Ish with Fish is also dropping pots out here. He dropped one not too far from here, and he only had one tiny little rock crab on it. So I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully mine fared a little bit better than that. That would be kind of demoralizing. Oh, no. All right, here goes nothing. Oh, no. Oh, here we go. Okay. It's coming up fairly easy, to be honest. Oh, well, it's not too bad. Could take that. I think there's, looks like maybe 3 keepers in here. So we got all our crab up here. Did the hard part. Now we got to measure them. So we have our crab gauge here, and the minimum size for Dungeness crab in California is 5 3/4 inches, which is all the way from this point all the way to this first notch right here, or maybe the second notch, I guess. So the proper way to measure a crab is from just inside that point to just inside that point over there. So if we put our crab gauge right over the top of this one goes over the edge. I don't know if you can see that there, but it's going over the edge. So this one is actually too small. So we're gonna throw this one back. We get this one. This one looks a little bigger. This is also a male. Measure him. Get the claws out of the way here. Okay. And measure him. Unfortunately, this one is also too small. About 5 1/2. So back he'll go. These two are definitely keepers. So this one right here, unfortunately it's missing a claw, but when we measure him, boom, the other one's 6 1/4. just over 6 1/4. So that's our first keeper, 2020. Come in here for now. And then this one right here, this is the biggest one. I don't even really need to measure it, but just do it anyways. That one is 6 and almost 7 inches. So that's a solid one right there. This is what you can expect at the beginning of the season, or at least hope for. So anyways, 2 keepers in the first pot. Not too bad, kind of hoping for a little bit better, but let's see how our other 2 fare. All right, here we are, pot number 2. Let's see how this one does. All right, this one feels a little heavier. Still not super heavy. Let's see. Coming up. Okay, a few in there. Some rock crab, some Dungeness. There's a little female rock crab. Throw that one back. Another little rock crab. Toss that one back. All right, dropped it back in. By the way, we got an interesting video coming up next one, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But let's measure these. So there's one, boom, keeper. Measure it the other way just to make sure. Yeah, keeper 6 1/4. Put them in. Keeper number 3. This one. Yeah, keeper 6 1/4 again. Keeper number 4. And one more. Pretty sure there's a keeper also. Boom. 6. Also 6. All 3 6 1/4. It's like a family there. All males though. Anyways, this keeper number 3. So 3 for that pot. 5 in total. 1 pot left. All right. 3rd and final pot. If I get 5 in this one, that'd be a limit. I don't think that's gonna happen, but we never know. You can only hope. That'd be cool if it did. This one did soak the longest because I dropped this one first, and now I'm picking it up last. So we'll see. Okay, got a little bit of weight to it. Okay, I feel like this one might be the heaviest one. Yeah. What do we have? Oh, we got a few. Oh man. 1, 2, 3. I think 4 Dungeness keepers. We'll see. One's borderline. Little rock crab. Toss that one back. A little bit bigger rock crab, but that one actually you could keep. Minimum size 4 inches, but I got plenty of crabs, so I'll toss that one back. All right, guys. Special guest, Danny. And how's it going?
Wait, point the camera this way. We're this far away from another 2 million views, Danny. All right, let's go. What kind of friend are you?
Just reverse and this way a little bit.
Okay, stay
Just
there, okay?
just a light tap, light tap. Let's measure these. So we got, look at this one. That's a good one right there. Easily a keeper. Just measure them just for the show. About 6 3/4. Solid one. All right. You almost got me. There's another solid one. Also definitely a keeper. Yeah, 6 1/2. All right. No, not quite. Just a tiny bit short, right about 1/8 of an inch. So next year. And this one, I think this one's gonna make it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 6 1/4. All right, I think there's 3 in that pot. So if my calculations are correct, I think we have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. 8 keepers. Not too bad. Keeper LINGCOD here, and then 8 nice Dungeness crab just like this one. Solid day out here. And like I said, I got a good video planned for the next one, so make sure you stay tuned for that one. Gonna be more crab hopefully in my future, and possibly some more LINGCOD. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.